spoilers and a brofist to you all! What is the ultimate question? Dramatic pause. Did you like that shit? Did you like that? You know, before that, before we get to the ultimate question, I just had to kick Emma out of my room. She's so Guild Wars addicted right now. It's driving me insane. What is the ultimate question that every red-blooded male and some females have asked themselves at some point in their lives? Can I read the future? I asked myself that very same question, not yesterday morning. Can I read the future? Can I fly? Perhaps I do have the powers of Wolverine and they haven't developed yet. Maybe at some point in my life I will be able to shoot laser beams from my eyes. I will become invincible. I will be Superman. Maybe I will get bitten by a radioactive spider and I'll be flinging webs everywhere. Or if I get really rich, I'm going to be motherfucking Bruce Wayne. All this kind of stuff we ask ourselves as young people, even to this day. Why do I think I can read the future? Well, I had a really horrible dream earlier in the week about spiders crawling upon me and Emma in the middle of the night. Spiders coming down from the ceiling and attacking us in horrific ways. Horrible, horrible ways. Yesterday, while I was in the bathroom very early in the morning, around about 6 AM, I'm holding my sulfuris. I'm having a pee. And I look to my right, and in the bathtub is the biggest motherfucking spider I have ever seen. Ever. It was fucking huge, and it was chilling in my bathtub like it was its own fucking holiday. It's like got a deck chair and stuff out, and it looks at me while I'm wielding my sulfuris, and it just goes, "Sup, bro? What? Come at me." It didn't move. It was looking at me. It was really big. You could see the eyes. It was looking at me, and it didn't have a look of fear like most spiders have a look of fear because you're ginormous, right? And it's just a spider. This thing was like, whatever, man. You call that a dick? Have you seen mine? Psh, got his pina colada out, he's got his big hat, he's got the corks dangling from it. He's got a whole fucking package going on, this spider. He just stared at me until I went into battle. Yes, I had to go into battle, but I literally crapped my pants. And what are you going to do? What are you going to do? It's like being a lady. You're sat on the throne. You sat on the throne of justice, the throne of contemplation. You see a giant spider. Your knickers, your panties are around your ankles. What are you going to do? As a man, you stood, your pants are down. Well, my boxer shorts were down. It was 6 AM. I was wearing my morning attire, my morning armour. My armour in the morning is very weak. Got very light armour. I don't put my plate on until we go out. And I'm wielding my sulfuris. And there I am. I've got this giant spider staring at me, less than 2 feet away. And my hands are busy, because of course it's a two-handed job. Ding. So many dick references in the first beginning of the show. Are you loving it so far? I hope so. What a tricky situation until I calmed my nerves like a baller does and finished what I was doing. And then I went, Emma! Because it's so early in the morning. It's so early in the morning you can't really muster some lyrical, you know, some lyrical jives to throw at the spider. So I usually could take it off guard. I can throw some lyrical power at it. I can really do some tongue-twisting stuff towards the spider, take him off guard, a little bit of sarcasm. But it's too early in the goddamn morning. My eyes are all stuck together, you know. And I was at a loss for what the hell to do. Did some push-ups. It was just so chill, which made it that much worse. It was an arrogant spider. It was so arrogant and smug. It was like an elitist spider. It was like, you're pissing all wrong, dude. I learned to piss ages ago. I've capped my piss skill. It was just so chill, this spider. It was like, yeah, what up, bro? I defeated the spider. I managed to let it run wild. I like spiders. I'm not afraid of spiders. But seeing a spider that large, that early in the morning while holding your Johnson, that ain't cool, bro. So I do believe I can read the future. What do you think about that? Some of you guys came at me with all sorts of quizzical dream analogies. Dreams mean this. You sent me various emails with links to stuff of what my dreams could mean. They were just a forewarning. Like Game of Thrones. You know that kid who has the dreams? Well, not crippled like. But and there was no crows. But it was saying, dude, you're going to have an encounter with a spider soon. So be ready. And I was ready, and the spider was brought down to justice, and he's now roaming free in my garden where Ben probably ate him. But that's not my business, that's Ben's problem. He's got personal issues with spiders, nothing to do with me. I hope everybody's feeling good. Friday, all finished work. We're going to say goodbye to Bood. Bood, been a long time follower of the channel. Bood is going off to boarding school where apparently he has a phone so crap that he can't access any of our content from there. Although most people apparently watch me in the car on the way to work, or they watch the daily, and they watch it on the way home from work, they watch it at work on their phones and all that kind of stuff. Bood, being Australian, Always got to have a dig at the Aussies. Apparently can't do that. So we wave goodbye to Boone and a salute to you, my friend. One of the original people on the game show, one of the original subscribers to take part in the game show, one of the original subscribers to the Preach Gaming community. So we hope you have a good time at boarding school, Boone. We hope it's going to be all good. Before we get to the emails and stuff for Friday, it's going to be a relatively quick show. I'm really pressed for time. I'm meeting someone at 7. We also have to take Ben out. Lots of things going on tonight. And Emma, of course, wants to get on Guild Wars before she goes out. All sorts of things going on. Let's talk a little bit more about Guild Wars 2. Why the hell not? A lot of people defended Guild Wars 2 today on the YouTube video. I'm sorry it was uploaded late. We had a very busy morning. A lot of people really defended ArenaNet, saying it was okay that their forums were down because they were replying on Twitter and Facebook. I say no! I say wrong! Wrong! That's not cool. They had 400,000 people on day 1. Fine. They should have anticipated that. There was a lot of pre-sales going on. Hell of a lot of pre-sales. And an accountability. They can predict this kind of stuff. That's still no excuse for their forums being down. And not being able to directly respond to the people where most people go. If I have an issue with a game, I go to the game forum. I don't go to Twitter. I don't go to Facebook. Maybe I should. Maybe I'm the one that's wrong. I will accept that if that's the case. If people don't think, this game's got a problem, I should go to Twitter. I don't think that. I think I should go to the games forum that should tell me about it. 400,000 people? I translate, they had 400,000 people on the server at the same time. I translate as, yeah, they just made like $20 million. That's what I read into that. They just had $20 million come in. Woo! They should have a fucking working forum. That's what my cynical preacher translation comes from that. You have 400,000 subscribers? Alright, that's $20 million. Get your forums working. But a lot of people defended them, saying it was okay. I think we've become very tolerant of fail. Tolerant of fail. And that is a big thing in World of Warcraft, isn't it? So many people are becoming more and more tolerant of fail. I am very tolerant of fail. I really am. I don't mind if someone sucks in my 5-man. I don't berate him. I don't get angry at him. I just think, whatever, dude. Leave it up to your own thing. If you were interested in playing better, some people in the 5-man go, dudes, I know my DPS is low. I'm not sure what's wrong. I am there for that guy. I am like, yeah, dude, alright, let's talk. And I might stay in that 5-man after the group is finished and talk to him for about 20 minutes. I've done that on several occasions. I love that moment. It might even earn me a subscriber for life. Those are good things for me. Good moments. But we've become very tolerant of fail. LFR. Hell, we tolerate we expect like 20k DPS on some fights in LFR. We're okay with people who could do more than 20k, which is a very low number in LFR. It is. But anyone way below that, 7k, 8k, we don't tolerate that because that's too much fail. But everything in between we're okay with, although it's pretty much fail. When did it become okay to release buggy ass fucking games? It's far too common, don't you think? Am I right, players? Am I right? I am so disgusted with this toleration we have of people releasing buggy, broken stuff and then patching it after. One of the big comments that came on the YouTube video was they're patching all the time. That's good. I wish that didn't happen. This game on this PC, Guild Wars 2 is running right now to my left. I can move around in Guild Wars 2. Doesn't it look lovely? Yay. It still has bugs and problems. We've worked so hard to get this game working to the point we've been swapping graphics cards and all sorts of crazy stuff because everyone was getting particularly pissed. It still has bugs with booting up, loading in, all sorts of stuff. Buggy. Yes, they're releasing loads of patches. This system is not bizarre. I understand that people have crazy random setups. It's an NVIDIA 460 GTX card. Pretty much the staple of most PCs. It has an i7 core. Pretty regular. It has memory. Other than that, it has nothing crazy in it at all. It only has 2 drive bays, both of which are just DVD players. It has nothing crazy in it at all. Only thing plugged into the motherboard is the NVIDIA graphics card, which is a bog standard NVIDIA graphics card. That is a pretty standard system in all ways. Game doesn't work properly. Simple as. I'm really just so pissed about them releasing. This isn't just Guild Wars 2, by the way, okay? I'm not going to go on a big rant about Guild Wars 2. We've got some Guild Wars 2 news to talk about soon that's specific to Guild Wars 2. It's when did it become okay to release to us and buy buggy ass content, and it now happens on such a regular basis that we tolerate it and expect it, and people are defending it. It's okay that they released a game that was buggy, that is broken for a hell of a lot of people. It's not hard to find how many people are having trouble with Guild Wars 2 right now. lots and lots and lots of people are having horrendous issues running Guild Wars 2. Crashing, memory leaks, all sorts of crazy crap. Their forums are down. They've just earned around 20 million, probably less, depending on pre-orders and so on and so forth. It's just a random figure, but it's pretty close. Dollars. And yet we're still tolerating it, and we're happy with it, and we're okay with it. And in fact, Emma is more than happy to be chomping at the bit to still play. Even when this PC was crashing every 15 minutes in Guild Wars 2, she wanted to play for those 15 minutes. She was tolerating restarts, logins, and I've been there! And I'm sure you've been there. I had this same problem with Half-Life 1. Brilliant, brilliant game. Really good. Crashed for me every 10 minutes. But fuck me, would I restart that PC, wait for the loading. This is when logins on a PC were like a 4-minute experience. Wait for everything to load on the desktop, then go into Half-Life 1, play it for 10 minutes, crash again, and do the whole process again. Because I still desperately wanted to play it. A real shame, and it disgusts me now that we are prepared to tolerate this. Then we play Rage by id, people who made Doom, people who made Quake. Rage, it was one of the first games I bought in so long that wasn't World of Warcraft related. I was like, wow, id would make another game, I'm buying it. I bought it on pre-order, came out, did not work on NVIDIA graphics cards. What? The most commonly used graphics cards in the world didn't work. It was choppy, screen tore, it was ridiculous. Polygons were in black and white, screens were purely black. They had to rush patch it the next day. Awful, awful. And people still played it. I still played it. I played it after the patch. I completed it. It's a terrible game. But still, you know, the point is we're tolerating this shit now, and that really upsets me. I think the day when that started to become normal, I think it even happens with hardware quite a lot. They release buggy hardware, and then they release patches for it after. Awful situation for us to be in, really bad. Anyway, enough with the rant. Let's talk about something cool, and then we'll move on to some Guild Wars 2 news, and then we'll move back to some World of Warcraft news. Then we'll take any questions from these ballers who are having a fantastic evening there. I got Guild Wars 2 for nothing, so I'm not complaining. I hope to Christ you didn't pirate it, because it's still a great game and it still took a lot of effort. Okay, we got a question / praise. I like things that start. This is like the perfect trio of things. The one that says is a question. Love that. Ask me questions. Good questions, hopefully, not just am I overpowered? Should I swap my shoulders? Come on, guys. You know that's not the kind of stuff I'm here to answer. If you want to swap your shoulders, you swap your shoulders. The / praise. Always like a bit of praise. Got to boost that ego up. And the trio is the name Dave Chappelle. Who actually puts his name as David Chappelle. I'm not going to release the spelling. It's not exactly like the guy. It's a different spelling. But I like that he must have to call himself David Chappelle in order to not be associated. Like, people don't think, yeah, you've got a fake name, bro. You've got a fake name. But it's such an awesome trio that the email must be read. Here's the question, although it's not really a question. It's more of a statement and a question. My girlfriend really started playing the game and leveled Fire Mage to level 85. First of all, that's fucking awesome. Not only did she pick up the game, she got to level 85. That's sweet. I introduced her to your videos about 3 months ago. Awesome. There's a load of dots after that. It's like I've caused you some sort of issue. You know, does anybody get this? Sidetracked again. I hate people who send emails, especially in the work environment. Like, this kind of stuff I'm okay, because he moves on to a different subject. Who don't know how to email. It's like they don't understand certain basic internet protocols that me and you understand, okay? If someone types to you in all caps lock, that indicates that they're shouting like a moron! Oh my god, I'm typing on the keyboard! That's what caps lock indicates to me and you. A load of dots is like, it's like a sigh, isn't it? It's like, yeah, your Hearthstone returns you to Ironforge. ... It's like, you dumb bastard, right? That's what that load of dots indicates to me. Do you read emails in the style that they are written? I do. I read them like they're a little story. I love stories, okay? I read a lot and I like telling stories and writing stories. But someone fucking puts all these dots out in like work emails, and I just instantly read it like they're calling me a retard. It used to happen all the time in my old job. Like 3 or 4 lines that would all have dots, like, hey Mike, ... We have an issue with X, ... What am I supposed to do about it? ... And I read that like, Mike, we've got an issue with this thing. What am I supposed to do about it? Why haven't you solved it? And I read it like he's calling me a retard. I really do. It's like he's insulting me. Although he isn't. He just doesn't know how to email. And then somebody who would send messages in all caps. And girls who think they're like fluffy bunny princesses or something, and then put everything in pink. And there's smileys all over it. It's a work email. Your text is in pink. You're using a pink font. Really? In work? You're using a pink font? And there's smileys and shit. And then there's people who text you with, or email you with fucking kisses and stuff. And you're like, don't send me that. I have a fiance. And she doesn't give a shit if you're just a special person who needs to put kisses after everything. She will be angry. She'll be like, why has this text or email got kisses after it? You put me in a difficult position. Stop doing that. It's annoying as fuck. I have to just delete all your crap because it's not worth the hassle. You know? Oh. Awful stuff. Also, let's carry on with this. It's insane. Her DPS is just baller-like. She's pumping out really high DPS stats. I check her logs and there's no cheesing. 4 exclamation marks! I told you, I read these emails like you're telling me a story. It's like, and there's no cheesing! It's like there should be cheesing, Mike, but there's no cheesing. I don't understand. She beats me and all my friends in damage. Oh, that's gotta hurt, and if Emma beats me in DPS, she can take over the channel, seriously. I'm only joking, I'm joking. But she has no experience in any expansion or any guilds. She's trying to join a raiding guild, but she can't get into any because she has no experience. What can she do? Thanks for the videos, they help everyone so much. I really hope you can make a successful business out of what you do. Cheers, Dave, with no capital D. I fucking love that. That's relaxed. That's cash. If you're not putting a capital D in your own name, you're in my books, my friend. You're in my books. Okay, what can you do? First of all, that sounds awesome. You know what's really good sometimes is when you see somebody like your girlfriend, or even I can compare this to Emma because it's recently happening to me, who looks at something and doesn't actually have the burden of having to grow with games. It's really cool, that fresh perspective, because they look at things and they go, that doesn't really make sense. How about doing it this way? Often happens when you're writing stuff. I might put something to Ghost when we were writing, say, the Council of Ballers. I haven't showed him any of the new stuff yet. I'm keeping it till I'm relatively happy with it. And I said something like, what do you think of this line? And Ghost will go, I don't like it. And I used to think, I'd be like, oh, I thought it was a really good line. He'd go, no, you know what we should do? We should do this. And then I go, huh. Oh, okay, I see what you're coming at with. Or I didn't read that into it. Happens with games too, and it's pretty cool. As I said, Emma picked up Guild Wars 2, and instantly, without even thinking, she was like, clicking is really slow. Is there any other way to do it? However, a lot of us who have grown with games, and actually sometimes that is a burden, we played games since the first generation, is clicking was the way it was done, and then we had to grow into key binding. We may have even at the first time picking up this game think, I wish I could have controlled these in a different way, but we didn't have the choice, so we just accepted it mentally and moved on from there. So it's really awesome that she's kicking ass, because she's probably not burdened, I hope, anyway, I hope this is the case, burdened with the way other games worked. When I pick up Guild Wars 2, I try and compare things to World of Warcraft, EverQuest, other games that I've played in the past. Let's pass over an ability right now. Long range shot. Shoot your foe from range. The farther the arrow flies, the more damage it does. That sounds like auto shot to me, right? No cooldown, no, doesn't cost anything. Yeah? Just sounds like auto shot to me. What else have we got? Rapid fire. Well, I know an ability called rapid fire. Fire multiple arrows at your foe. I just compare that to a rapid fire in World of Warcraft. I'm just making little examples here. Hunter's shot. Fire an arrow to make your foe vulnerable. Your pet gains swiftness. Got a large cooldown. I call that aim shot. I call that fucking kill command. I call that my main nuke that I keep on a cooldown. They all fall into the same category. I can't help it. You can't help it. I can't help it. We have to compare them to something we know. But in doing so, we actually take away from the freshness of what this is. It's not aim shot. It isn't. It isn't kill command. It's nothing like that. It's just the way this game works. It's actually an exposing vulnerability. It's like an exposed armor. It's actually more like a ranged Colossus smash, is what it is. That's what it actually is. But as playing a ranged ranger, I believe the class is called. I believe it's called a ranger. Someone might say that. As a ranger, I like to compare things to that. We can't help but pick up Star Wars: The Old Republic and say, oh, that's like Shield Slam. I did that on my, what the hell are the tanks called? Juggernauts? My Juggernaut tank. I was like, okay, well that's like Sunder Armour. I think it was actually called Sunder Armour, maybe. And I just slot them in. Oh, this is like a fireback, like Revenge. and I just set my keybinds up as if it was a warrior in World of Warcraft. I can't help but doing that. It feels natural, it fits my muscle memory in my hands. Sometimes people come along and look at the game afresh and instantly go, huh, that makes sense. And we think, oh, that took me years to do. Yeah, but with a fresh perspective, we look at it a different way. The main thing is she's trying to join a raiding guild and she has no experience. None at all. And there's so many of you out there in the same way. So many out there in the same way who just have no experience. One, because maybe when you join the game, which could have been, say, anywhere from Wrath of the Lich King on, we're going to call that, historically in the Preach Game community, is the turning point, when being a raider became uncool. Being a raider before Wrath of the Lich King was cool. Being a raider after that became relatively uncool. We're now the nerdy guys in the corner playing our Pokemon cards. That's who we've become in the school, but we're okay because we're fighting back, baby, and soon Charizard's going to kick some ass, and that's going to be alright. So we've got these new guys who've maybe been playing the game for a while, but still have no experience. You can't call a raiding guild and say, hey, you know what? I have got experience. I've done LFR. What? I did Nefarian recently. Yeah, but you didn't do it at current times. What are you going to do? What you need to do, and this kind of comes down to me, but you have said she has logs. She has logs. Your guild or whoever you're playing with is recording logs. That's all you need. We've covered this kind of subject in the past. The huge flaw is that you have no experience. Okay? So what we do is we hide... I'm saying this wrong. We hide the negatives. We accentuate the positives. Now when I say hide the negatives, that doesn't mean we don't talk about them at all. It means we make very brief mention of it. We know it's a huge flaw in our head. It's very similar to writing a CV. We know it's a huge flaw. We know that going in. If your gut tells you there's a problem there, there's a problem there, okay? That's what your gut is telling you. It's like, dude, something's wrong here. If your gut starts going, something's wrong, bro, pay attention because something's wrong somewhere. We just say, okay, I joined now. I recently joined. I have very little experience. But look at my fucking world of logs. Check that shit out. I'm destroying people. I'm really good at this game. You can see I had no deaths. I was interrupting. I was spell stealing. My DPS is destroying everything. And you do this big, exacerbated, over-the-top exposure of your world of logs. This is how I play. Look at it in all its fucking glory. And the fact you have no experience might pick up on some people. People might go, yeah, but you've got no experience. Say, doesn't matter. Look what I can do. It's awesome. So good. But don't hide the negatives in terms of don't mention them. You need to mention them. And always mention you're a girl anyway. My advice is people in the internet go crazy about girl gamers. Use it to your fucking advantage. I would. I'm not saying it's a brilliant thing. I'm not saying it's ideal or fair. Use it to your advantage. Hi, I'm Christina, or whatever the fuck you want to say. Give yourself a chance. Give yourself every fighting chance you can. Don't handicap yourself out of pride. That's a stupid thing to do. People handicap themselves out of, well, I want to make it because I'm just a player, not a girl. That's great, long term. When you have no experience and you're trying to get into some sort of raiding environment to get your experience, just mentioning that you're a girl gamer in your application might be all the help you need to get there, and then do whatever the hell you want. I would fucking do it. I totally would do it. Okay, moving on to a little bit of news about Guild Wars 2. So start posting your questions. Yeah, don't post pictures of yourself like these guys are. Don't plaster the internet with your breasts. That's just low. No one's suggesting that. Okay, start posting your questions now for the final Friday. We're going to be going for another 10 minutes or so. I just wanted to speak about this sort of ArenaNet Guild Wars thing, because I actually thought it was pretty cool, and then I read it more and I was like, ah, lame. So ArenaNet banned loads of people. 3,000? Yeah, ArenaNet has permanently banned 3,000 players for exploiting a weapon reselling bug. Ooh, you are permaban, puny god. Like the Hulk hammer has come smashing down from ArenaNet. They were quite brazen about this. It's only been out for a couple of days and they already permanently banned 3,000 people for having a bug in their game which people found. The players were banned were certainly intentionally and repeatedly exploiting a bug in the game. That's cruel, isn't it? I actually thought this was seriously over harsh. If you had a bug this blatantly in your game, ouch, dude. take the weapons off them, suspend them, do whatever you want. Being a permaban was really over the top. Then they kind of came out and said, hey, you know what? This is a statement of intent. This is a good thing. People hate the fact that some people get made the example. Somebody always gets made an example of. There's a good fucking reason that happens. It works, okay? It really works. If someone can... Rumour and story is far more effective than an actual rule. If you have a friend who got caught shoplifting and they cut his fucking hands off, you ain't going to try it. You ain't going to try it whatsoever. That is not going to go down. It happens in a lot of countries, you know? If some rapists... Don't ask what happens to them, but they don't rape people anymore, you know what I mean? And people tend to not try rape in those countries either. Big deterrents like that are a huge, bold, sweeping statement and can sometimes be unfair. I thought this was unfair. I thought that was unfair. But it works, you know? These big, sweeping, over-the-top, harsh criticisms. You exploit our game, we're going to crumb down on you like a fucking ton of bricks. However, it only took 3 hours for them to relent and say you can appeal because they're aware it's unfair. They are aware it's unfair. So this big, bold, fucking permanent ban is, you know, you can appeal it on the forums and you'll get your accounts back pretty much. So like, yeah, we know it's unfair, but you can appeal it. He did all this stuff through Reddit as well, which, I don't know. Again, it should be on their forums. It's their business. It shouldn't be wiping your ass in public, as it seems to be. But they wanted it to be very public. That was the whole point. They wanted it to be huge, public, outspoken. They wanted it to be news. They wanted people like myself to talk about it. So we did. I wish they would have waited a little longer than 3 hours to relent and let people appeal. When they say, okay, now you can appeal the permanent ban, you know what that means, right? We all know what that means. You can totally get out of it. That's fine. Oh, Ben's going crazy outside. That's always good. Thank you, Ben. We do enjoy that completely. So if you did get your account banned because you were being a cheeky monkey, you can get it back. Awesome. Second questions. Questions. Preach. 2 questions from Firestar, who is running the Council of Ballers. Oh, I'm supposed to set up a forum for him. I will do that. I do get busy. When is the World of Logs video? The World of Logs video is going to be... When's a good time to release it? Before Mists of Pandaria, I would say. Because now you can showcase your new talents and stuff in LFR. I'll try and do it for... I want to say Monday. I'm going to have a particularly busy Saturday. I might even have a workshop on Saturday. Which sounds stupid for me not to announce it properly. I'm just not sure if it's going to happen. I have a ridiculously busy weekend coming up. I want to do a workshop. I have videos of people playing sat on my machine, ready to be used. So check Facebook, Preach Gaming on Facebook for that. I will confirm it there. If it is going to happen, it will be Saturday 8 PM, and we'll do a workshop then. I will aim for Monday. Possibly Tuesday. It's a big video, that. A lot of big videos. And I've got like 2 PvP videos to release and stuff. And of course, I showcased before this the new Orcs Must Die DLC. Fire and Water. Me and Genji have done that. I put together a little video showcasing that for any of you who are considering buying the DLC. You can check out the new stuff there. What other questions we got? Oh, from this, I don't recognise your name, my friend. Afro Waffle. If I had a waffle with an afro, I am more than impressed. So hello to you, my friend. Preach, I have a problem. Is it because your waffle's got an afro? Is that your problem? It could be. My guild wants me to be able to train my professions right away mop, but I barely have any gold. Minus 1k. Wow, that sucked, bro. I have no problems with... Let's move this over. It's easier. I have no problems with raiding itself, but I've always had massive problems with money making. Do you have any tips for me? I really want to be able to get into the raid team in Miss. My professions are blacksmithing and jewel crafting. Well, those are expensive professions, aren't they, bro? That's what's going on there. Very expensive professions. My God. Okay. Having less than 1k gold is really weird to me. I don't know how that can happen, bro. I mean, that's not even doing daily quests. That sounds like huge laziness on your part, if I'm being completely honest. And on this show, we are honest. If you ask me a question, I will be as honest as possible. Having less than 1,000 gold is hugely lazy. That's not doing anything other than, like, just logging in, raiding, spending whatever little money you have to raid, and then logging out again. Even, like, 2 days of dailies will more than make up the money. There's 2 ways you can go about this. One, I've got a series on my YouTube channel. I haven't seen your name before, so maybe you haven't seen my channel before. It's Mike Preach Wow on YouTube. And it's called The Pandas Are Coming. And 2 out of 3 of those videos, I think it's out now, are about how to make some nice, quick gold before Mr. Pandaria releases. So go and check those out. You should be selling everything you do not need. Get rid of it. And when I say need, I mean need. Like right now, you need it. Not you might need it. If you might need something, sell the fucking thing. Get rid of it and buy it later. It's fine. Get rid of everything you don't need right now. Nice quick gold. But if you're still unsure, I am going to do a gold making series pretty shortly after Mr. Pandaria launches. But that doesn't help you right now, obviously. So what else I would suggest is you've got 4 weeks. 4 weeks worth of dailies. Just doing the Firelands dailies. What's the other daily quest hub? This is how little I do dailies. It's like Firelands and somewhere else. I forget what it is. Doing those dailies will make you more than enough cash to cover your early professions as much as your guild requires. Don't be put off at the beginning of Mr. Pandaria. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Everybody who is out farming materials like mining, herbalism, all that kind of stuff, they're going to sell for extraordinarily high amounts in the first week. People are going to make a ton of gold off it. If you are able to wait a couple of weeks, just a couple of weeks before your guild starts raiding, or before that point, then I would level your alt first. If you're dead serious about joining your raid team, you need to do some sort of anticipation. Let's assume you have an alt that has a mining capability. As a blacksmith and a jewel crafter, you need a miner. You have a week before any raiding content comes out. Okay, they're not going to release any raiding content. It takes you on average 1 day to level 90. That's 24 hours over 2 days, 12 hours, so on and so forth. That leaves you like 3 or 4 extra days at worst, okay, depending on how much of a no-lifer you are. At worst, you have 3 or 4 extra days to level 90 on your main character and do a little bit of gearing. You can, in those 2 or 3 days of the 4, just mine on an alt. It's a very nice plan. It will save you a tremendous amount of gold and maybe even net you a profit. There is nothing wrong with doing that. And you will come across as actually being very smart. Very, very smart people will take this 1 week bonus. I'll do a whole video on this, so wait till the next Mr. Pandaria video comes out, because I wasn't planning to sort of reveal this information on the daily, so whatever. You asked the question, you're here. Let's do it. Take that 1 week, use it to your advantage. Some guilds are asking for 2 alts to be leveled and stuff like that. You haven't got a fucking chance in hell. Your guild's unlikely to be doing that. They expect your main to be up, your professions to be capped, and have some gear. That is around 4 days worth of effort, if I'm honest, in a guild that is of a raid variety. That leaves you 3 extra days. In those 3 days, I would just play an alt, and I would mine. I would mine and level, 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 and then I would level your professions off that. And remember, you don't need to cap them. You do not need to cap your professions to get the bonuses. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do it. You need enough materials to get yourself to, is it like 600? Something like that? Just 600? Some figure around there. 600, I think. And then you get your bonuses. So once you've got enough materials for that, leave that character, then start enjoying and leveling your main. The other good news is, the leveling will have thinned out by then. The little start zones will be quieter. You'll probably have a more enjoyable experience anyway. That's my advice. That's what I would do. Either do dailies or level an alt now. You can easily level an alt in the next 4 weeks, which has mining. You can level mining without ever leaving Orgrimmar. You can just buy the ore and smelt it. It caps mining. So you can do that in the next 4 weeks. If you don't have one, just change one of your professions to mining. Go mining for a couple of days. You'll be capped. And then when Mr. Pandaria launches, just mine. Get your profession sorted, then level your character at your own pace, and you'll be fine and dandy. And along the way, you'll pick up a lot of extra gold. Also, on a PvP server, should I get some PvP gear for leveling in Mr. Pandaria, or will my raiding gear be enough for entry-level areas to survive PvP encounters? This completely depends on how fast you're intending to level. If you're like me, I'm going to be leveling super fast. I will not be wearing any PvP gear, because in the first hour, or maybe even 30 minutes of the game, I intend to be further ahead than a lot of people. A hell of a lot of people. I should be that far ahead. In an hour's time, I'll be stupidly far ahead than the majority of the players, okay? That is how it has always worked for me, and how I predict it will happen in Mr. Pandaria. Within the 30 minutes time, I will just be gone. I'll be way, way out of there, all on my own, and I won't have any PvP trouble. If you're intending to join in with the crew, the fucking crew of people piling into the server, PvP gear for the first couple of areas might be fine. If you're going to take things a little bit easier, then you're not too bothered about wearing cutting-edge DPS gear. Your PvP gear will be more than fine anyway. It all depends on your playstyle. If you're going for some sort of super speedy leveling, roll in some PvE gear and try and get as fast ahead as humanly possible. If you're going for a nice, casual, enjoy the experience, one, I envy you. I want to do that too, but I can't. Wear your PvP gear because you're not too bothered about killing things ultra fast anyway, so it's fine and dandy. It's ghosty trolling because I can ban him. Okay, one more question. How do you level so fast? You simply just turbo through the quests, and you don't do things like loot. Looting slows your ass down. It really does. Looting slows you down more than you know. It's not too bad now with AoE looting, but looting, or that right click, is a global cooldown that you could be using somewhere else. You make sure you pick every ability that makes you go faster, which makes you zoom all the way through it. As soon as you kill a mob, you're killing the next. You're AoE killing as much as possible, and you don't talk and stop and type and all that kind of shit. You just go ahead for it. You stick some music on, preferably some hard dubstep, and you go absolutely insane trying to get through those quests. Especially for the first 30 minutes, an hour, you should just be like, don't loot anything unless it's a quest item. Just go. And pretty quickly you'll find you're on a quest ahead of the previous person, and the next one you're 2 quests ahead, 3 quests ahead, 4 quests ahead. I remember the areas of Miss Pandaria are really heavily phased, so as soon as you start moving ahead of people, there'll be less and less people around you very quickly. So it's fine and dandy. I'm not recommending leveling fast, by the way. This is my final message of the day, like Jerry Springer. It's got to preach his final thought. I don't recommend leveling really fast. I don't recommend it at all. I think it spoils the game. This is the only time you will get the one first impression of leveling Miss Pandaria. It's the only time you will get that experience. And if you ruin it by turbo leveling without having a damn good reason to, which, to be honest, there are very few damn good reasons to do so, because raid content is not released for at least 7 days after. So there are very few reasons this time around to turbo level, unless your guild demands various alts from you, in which case you're in a really high-end guild, and that's okay. If you're in a low-level guild that's asking for alts, no. that isn't going to work. You'll get some extra time. Take your time. If you only need 1 ult anyway, that's still like 7 days to cap 2 characters. That's ages. That's an eternity in our world in order to get that task done. I recommend you take it easy. I recommend you read your quests. I recommend you complete zones, because you're only going to go back and do fucking Lore Master when you're bored anyway. Especially if you're an enchanter. Those greens come in so handy in the early days. They're going to be so expensive. They really are going to be so expensive to get those things done. Take your time. Take it breezy. A lot of people will hit like 85, 86, 86 and try and jump to the next zone. Don't do that. Finish your zones. They all have a nice culmination. I've done them all. They have a nice culmination to the zones, much like Cataclysm did. Not as good as Cataclysm, unfortunately, especially for the first couple of zones. The starter zones, they're not as good. But there's some fun stuff in there. There is those odd moments in Mr. Pandaria in the first couple of zones. Like everything from Come Live Summit upwards is fantastic. Great fun. But the first couple of zones have very weak points. Weak leveling points. Perhaps they've been addressed now. I haven't redone the Jade Forest. Hopefully it's better. Take your time. Just take it in. Absorb it all. Take a moment just to fucking look around and look what they've done. Because the world in Mr. Pandaria is beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. It's breathtaking in some places. Take it in. Enjoy it. It's the first time you will get to experience it. If you're racing for some unknown reason, you shouldn't need to race. If you're racing to level 90 for some sort of sense of achievement, it's a false sense of achievement. The great achievement is, it's the only time you will get to experience it all first time. Enjoy it. Take it in. Take your goddamn time. And then feel pity on people like myself who are racing to level 90 because I need to get stuff done at level 90 that I can't do below level 90. Alright, guys? So, take it easy, ballers. I will see you on Monday. Remember, there is no daily over the weekend, but there might be a workshop tomorrow night on Saturday. Have a great weekend. I really do. Make the best use of your weekend. I tell you this every week. Make best use of it. Weekends are important. Take it easy, ballers.